So we will continue with this video, that is the next attributes of population, that is number 4 attribute, that is population density. So this we have learnt in class 10, but here we will learn little bit in details. So population size or population density is defined as the number of individuals of a particular species. It can be any individual or any species which is present in per unit area, or volume. So here it will be area or volume at a given time. So this is how we define the population density. Now I will explain you why we have written over here area and volume both, right? So area we write in the consequence of the land organisms. So when we talk about the population density of land organisms, we write that one as area, right? Land organisms, in case of that we write area. Now in case of the aquatic organisms, we write as a volume. In case of this is aquatic organisms. This is for aquatic organism, this is for land organism. Is it clear? So again, population density is the number of individuals of a species per unit area for the land organisms or per unit volume for the aquatic organisms at a given time. This can also be expanded and it is written as a population density definition. Like for example, why we say this one area or the volume, I will explain you now. Okay, so when we talk about that, suppose let us take the example of 50 lions which are present, 50 lions which are present in a particular area. So let us take the particular area over here as 100 square kilometers. So 50 lions are present in a particular area per 100 square kilometers. So this square kilometer, obviously it is referring to what? Referring to this area. Again I will take another example, like suppose we take 500 sal trees. Hope all of you know the sal trees, mostly they are found in the forest areas. So 500 sal trees are present in per hectare. Okay, in per hectare area. So this is also, hectare is also the unit of area. But if we talk about the aquatic organisms, then can we write this area and the kilometer? We cannot write square kilometer or area or the hectare. So that time, suppose we write about diatoms. Diatoms are the number of algae and we cannot count how many are there. It is uncountable, right? And but we can suppose in a particular area we can, or a particular volume, we can write their representation number. Okay, so suppose we can write 5 millions of diatoms, right? Present 5 million of diatoms are actually present in the per cubic. When we say about per cubic meter of water, per cubic meter of water. So this is actually the volume. So hope it is understandable over here what is the area and the volume, why are we mentioning. So this is the example we can give always in case of the population density. Followed by that, I will explain you over here the two ways of expressing the density. One is the crude density. One is the crude density. Please remember the technical terms over here. And another one is the ecological density. Ecological density. Now, obviously we have to define this when we have introduced this term. So crude density is actually, the total number of individuals per unit area or total volume. Total number of individuals, it can be any individuals. Total number of individuals per unit area, that is crude, that is mixture, right? And when we talk about the ecological density is the number of individuals of a species. That means a particular species which is present, which is inhabiting in that particular ecological area or volume. Like suppose it is we can say it is very specific. It is not specific. This is specific, this is not specific. This includes organisms, all organisms. And this includes a particular species. So this is the difference between the crude density and ecological density. And remember one thing, whenever we try to explain this population density, it is always a number. So when we talk about that what is the density, it is always represented as a particular number. Okay, there will not be any fraction, there will be not any other kind of expression for this population density. Now, how can we measure this population density? There is a particular formula which we use over here to measure the population density. We can write PD as a population density which is having a particular formula. The formula I will write over here, that is number of individuals in a population by area occupied. So PD, directly we can write over here, number of individuals. Number of individuals in a population, we have to write in a population by the area. That means where they are occupying, the area occupied by them. So this is the formula by which we can easily find out the number of population density. If you know the area and if you know the number of individuals which are present in that area, you can easily find out the population density of that particular organism. Okay, now what is the significance of this population density? What is the importance of that? Okay, the significance is this density, it indicates the successful nature of population. That means when we know the successful nature, that means what is the nature of the population, we can easily understand. So we are talking about over here the significance. So that is giving us the successful nature of the population, right? And suggests the future of the birth rate and death rate. Suggests the, we can say over here another one, that is suggests the future BR and DR, right? And they are actually the density dependent factors because they affect the reproductive potential, right? So next we will move on to the fifth attribute of the population. This is very important, where we will learn many things, many technical terms or the terminologies over here, right? So population growth. Population growth, right? The size of the population of any species is not static. This growth is actually not static. Okay, that means it is keeping on changing. It varies. It keeps on changing with time. It keeps on changing depending upon the various factors like the food availability, the resources which are there, even the space as well as the predation nature of the animals, right? It is always keeping on changing. And this is actually giving us the idea about how the population is growing. Now on the basis of that, we have to know some of the important terms which contributes to this population growth. So let us first know the term, that is natality. Natality obviously refers to the birth. And obviously it has to be live birth. Sometimes the birth takes place, the baby is already dead. So we cannot take that one as a number of the birth. Number of live birth we have to take. That is the natality. 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 Right? So natality is the number of birth during a particular given period in a population that are added to the density. During a particular period. During a particular period. Okay, so this is explained nicely. And actually natality increases the density of population. If there is a birth rate, obviously it is helping to increase the population. Number B is mortality. Mortality is the death, right? Death rate. The number of deaths of the population during a given period. It decreases the density. So we can write over here, it decreases the density. Number C, that is immigration. Immigration means someone who is coming from outside to that particular habitat. Immigration means coming from outside to a present habitat. So obviously when we talk about this, this also increases the population. And the last one is emigration. Emigration is if someone is moving out, okay, moving out from the particular habitat. So when someone is moving out from the particular habitat, for this habitat there will be the decrease in population. This will be the decrease in the population, right? And on the basis of that, if n is the population density, so I will explain you with the formula over here, and quickly we will try to see that what we have learnt now, that is n is the population density, okay, at that particular time, at time t, right? So over here, suppose n t plus 1, it will be n t,